Ryan Reynolds here for, I guess, my 100th Mint commercial. No, don't. I mean, honestly, when I started this, I thought I only have to do like 4 of these. I mean, it's unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. How are there still people paying 2 or 3 times that much? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be victim blaming here. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save. Whenever you're ready.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
When it comes to towing, seeing is believing. That's why Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology offers up to 8 available cameras for 14 unique views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Learn more about Chevy Trucks at Chevy.com. Safety or driver assistance features are no substitute for the driver's responsibility to operate the vehicle in a safe manner. Read the Vehicle Owner's Manual for important feature limitations and information.
Welcome everybody to episode 18 of the Premier League Cricket Show, and again this week we're turning our attention to our friends at the National Counties Cricket Association, who we had the pleasure of spending time with last week at their Performance Group Day over at Loughborough. The NCCA Performance Group is a group of 27-28 players that has been pulled together by head coach Tom Lambert and Richard Logan, director of the NCCA, with the purpose of actually putting representative teams out in the coming weeks and playing games against first-class counties, which you'll hear more about from Richard shortly. You've also got another 6 or 7 players or coaches to listen to on today's episode. Just some nice, short, snappy interviews, but it'll give you more of an insight into the National Counties Cricket Association and the fabulous work and the players that are from all over the country. And do you know what? There's some great talent out there. Hope you enjoy and look forward to speaking with you all again soon. Right, with Richard Logan here from the NCCA over at Loughborough. Tell us, Richard, dead simple, what are we doing here at Loughborough today at the ECB Performance Centre?
We have got the second of our performance sessions with the team. We had the first one in February and we've got the last one in April before we start getting into the season. So it's getting the players that are available for this particular session together and just being put through their paces by Tom Lambert, the head coach, and his coaching team. So it's been good. I've peered over the balcony a few times. I tend to stay away from the coaching side of things, but yeah, there's some quality down there, that is for sure. There is.
I mean, we've spent some time down there as well. I mean, they're from all over the country, once again, with the NCCA, and the quality is immense.
It is, and we've got a squad of about 27 to 28 players now, because the landscape that we play in, we know the availability is going to be difficult. We've got 3 lads who are playing university cricket today. We've got work commitments and everything else, so we make sure that we've got a big squad. We can monitor all those players, and that's not to mention the 30 or 40 that haven't made that squad, of which we're then going to get a smaller squad for when the fixtures start. But yeah, there's some real talent around, and hopefully it's been noticed more and more by the first-class counties. We've got fixtures with first 11s this year, which is going to be a great shop window for these players and a great experience for them to develop as well, because that's the whole key, really.
Definitely. So what are the rep teams going to be playing in the coming months that people might be able to see them?
9th and 10th of May, they're going to be playing against Leicester, first 11. We've got 3 T20 games, 1 at Uppingham School on the 9th, 2 on the 10th. One of those is a day-night game, which is really exciting. The 29th of May, we're playing against Sussex at Hove in a day-night game. And then in July, on the 24th of July, we're playing against Hampshire in a 50-over game. Last game is really exciting, but I can't talk about it yet because it's not completely confirmed. But yeah, that should be a 3-day game, so look out for that one because that'll be exciting.
So the guys have got a real good mix of T20, 50 over, and potentially a 3-day game towards the end of the season as well.
Yeah, which is a little bit outside of our remit really, because one of the main goals of this is to get this team back in a competition, whether that's the Metro Bank and or the T20 Blast, or one and then the other maybe over the next sort of 2 to 3 years. So it's always been a white ball focus, but the opportunity to play against the team that we might be playing against is one that gives players that maybe aren't white ball specialists an opportunity to come in and experience the team as well, which I think is a really positive thing.
And then, of course, you've also got the rep team playing in the European Cricket Championship later this year, which we are holders of for the men and women. What sort of preparation and warm-up are you going to do with that?
So we have a T10 selection day, we call it, which is basically getting 22 of the players that are in the mix for that team together. We have 3 T10 games throughout the day, and we just see who can do it and who can't, because it's such a unique format, such an exciting format, and it takes a little bit of time for people to get their head around how you have to go about that. So it's funny because Tom Hinley wasn't really in the mix last year. He came to the day, and then the rest is history, as they say in the actor. He performed really well on the day, was player of the tournament, and man of the match in the final. So it's really important that we have those days. So that's the process that we go around. We monitor players through the T20 because that's obviously our closest format. But that T10 selection day is a real key, both in the men and the girls. And we're defending champion in both. So we don't get that running. We didn't get it with the girls last year, and they won't get it this year either way. But the men don't get that week running.
Straight into finals week.
Which is, it's tough. So if we can organise maybe a couple of days training with that team before, I think that's going to be beneficial. But there's nothing like playing those qualifiers really, but it is what it is.
It is.
It's a challenge, just another challenge that we have to face. So.
And one of the challenges that you have throughout the season is you're wearing it now. It's the kit from Macron, preparing that for the team, for the squad, the staff, etc. Tell us about that partnership with yourselves and Macron. Yeah,
it's been brilliant. To be fair, Richard Mansfield, the Mansfield Sports Group, who's my main contact and where we go to get all of our stuff. And obviously he supplies Macron. He's one of the UK distributors for that. And the product's brilliant. He's always been really good, but it's an Italian-based product, and I didn't realise how big Macron were. They're a huge outfit, so we never struggle for stock. There's always stuff that can be delivered. And we've been in partnership with them over 3 years now. They've done all the different, albeit relatively similar, different iterations of the England kit for both the men and the girls. They're going to be doing all the stuff for the rep team, and they also supply our board with some clothing. So really high quality stuff. Rich has always been great to deal with at the Mansfield Sports Group, and an ongoing partnership. We're working with him how we can potentially get some of the counties involved as well. But it's been a great partnership over the last 3 years. And
there's plenty of opportunity out there for counties and club cricket to get involved with the guys of the Mansfield Group, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. I know that he works with a couple of counties already. I know he's just signed the Irish cricket team, or Cricket Ireland, the West Indies team. So it's a small part of their overall business, cricket, but it's a very quickly growing part of their business. And the football and the rugby are massive. So they're a really good business. And like I said, my experience over the last 3 years has been excellent. And the lads and the girls love the quality of the kit, which is, it sounds silly, but it's really important. You've got to be comfortable. You've got to look good in a lot of ways. And the different cut of the men's and the women's kits before Christmas was good, and everyone loved it. So.
Well, they look fabulous out there in Cartington, winning both the trophies. Obviously, we hope Hornchurch are going to do the same this week. And then we'll have all 3 trophies here in English soil for the European cricket guys. But you've then got them coming over here in May. How exciting is that to get down to Wimbledon?
It is really exciting. I was on a call earlier this week with everybody from Wimbledon who obviously have fallen in love with it after being there in February time. We obviously do. We talk really passionate about it. We always have a great experience with Dan and his team in Cartington. So I'm really excited that we're involved in that. And I think that's to kind of watch this space, because there's going to be more of that stuff going on, I think. And it's really exciting to be a part of that.
Brilliant. Great to speak with you today.
You too.
Cheers, Richard. Here at Loughborough with Pereira, you've on the performance group day with the NCCA. How's it gone?
So far, it's gone well, actually. Was to start the day off, a little bit warm up, a little bit competitive fielder stuff, which we always enjoy. Boys are always competitive. Yeah, start the day off, gone well. Bit of a scenario stuff with the spin, and a bit of challenging as well, sort of two different surfaces leading up to the Sussex game, and working in the dimension of the cricket at the Hove is also. Start of it, it's gone really well. Enjoyed it.
Well, it's been a busy day watching you guys. You've been non-stop, apart from your lunch hour, obviously. I had a break there, but you enjoyed your batting against the mix of bowlers there this afternoon, didn't you?
Oh, no, I did. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was challenging at times, especially with the surfaces that we got in front of us. But look, again, not month away, but a week away from the season, and that's where you're going to sort of come up against. So just really enjoying my cricket at the minute.
And we were saying off camera, your first game is in 5 days.
That's right, 5 days. Next Tuesday is the first game.
For SACA against Derby
at the county ground. So hopefully the weather holds up, and then can get some cricket in.
So this year you're going to play for SACA, you're going to play for Berkshire?
Yes, Berkshire. So it's club cricket Saturday for Cavaliers, SACA, Berkshire, and I've got a few trials lined up at Kent and Derby as well. So there's a sort of lot of cricket coming up in the next 2 months and till the end of the season.
But NCCA, passionate about that, played for Berkshire last year, really enjoyed doing extremely well, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. We won the 50 over competition again. I think that's 3-4 years in a row. I think roughly we won.
What is it about that squad that keeps winning that?
I think it's that our determination. I think that just wanting more. Like, we train week in, work week out. Physically, like, we're probably one of the best sides in the sort of minor county circuit, and it's just that sort of young sort of togetherness we have as a team. And look, behind Lambert, Lambert's a great coach. He's been there for years, and he knows more than anyone else here to how to win trophies. And I think the main things about that sort of all the college players, but that togetherness we have is, I think, it's brilliant.
You had a fabulous year last year in Premier League. You've moved out to Cavs in Nottingham. What's your sort of standards and what you're looking to do this year in club cricket?
I wouldn't change too much. I think for me, just keep doing what I'm doing really with the ball and especially with the bat as well. But for me, the reason behind the move is I probably would want to win that trophy in the Nottingham League. I've been in Notts for this is my 4th or 5th year now, but that'll be my next goal, ultimate goal, to win the Premier League. And Cavs is one of the best sides, arguably in the country. So looking forward to it really.
So you're gonna have a big challenge in the Nationals.
I think so. I hope so. Anyway, I think their main target is the league, but they will be very, very keen to win that ECB comp as well, because Crooklyn won it last year, so that's one of our rivals. So I think it'd be good if he can go on a long run on that.
And then going back to NCCA, you've seen the T10 stuff that's going on out in Europe. Last year, the guys obviously won the ECC. We've got the T10 coming to Wimbledon now in a few months' time, first time ever in the UK. How excited are you about playing that sort of game?
I think I am. I think I've been working on that sort of my white ball format. I'm really excited to sort of get involved in the NCCA stuff as well. Play some high quality first class teams, and the trip away to Spain, I think that's pretty quality as well. So for me, just keep improving my white ball game and sort of try to push my limit to that sort of format.
Well, you look great down there, and you clearly tried to wipe me out with a ramp when I was behind you as well. That looks to be one of your favourite shots. I've
always with the seamers. Obviously, I'm not the biggest lad, so I think for me, I would try to use the pace a little bit, so probably manoeuvre the fielders a little bit and be clever about how I go about my game really.
Is that Dan Lincoln rubbing off on you?
Yeah, it is. Yes, yeah. So obviously that's my teammate from Berkshire and captain as well. So obviously got to impress him a little bit and then see where we go. But yeah, no, I really enjoy that.
That's brilliant. Thanks for your time, Sav.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers now.
Thank you.
With Tom Lambert, the NCCA head coach and Berkshire head coach, what are you looking to get out of these guys over today's sessions, Tom?
Still trying to integrate each other, I think. Obviously, it's something that's been done in the past in terms of a representative 11 has played some years ago, and it's kind of reigniting that, and it's an opportunity to get the players that we've seen over the last couple of years and put together and give them an opportunity to train together. So in essence, upskill them, but also bring together a group with a view to competing as and when we're told as a team. What we don't want to do is obviously put a load of people out there who are our best players but haven't sort of formed an alliance as a team. So we get the opportunity to do this in some training sessions, we get the opportunity to do it in the summer. And obviously the couple of times we've gone to Spain, we've managed to get a more tight-knit community than I guess we've had previously. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, and you've got some of the England lads who won the European Championship here, but you've got a mix of those England lads, some new players in the group here today as well.
Yeah, it's a squad of 28 in all, and that's not a strict 28 that stays 28. People can come in and can go out of that. Clearly, we start in 3 or 4 weeks' time, and we'll be keeping a close eye on how everyone's going in the T20 comp. So it's not a restricted to number of people, but these are the guys we've kind of earmarked at the start, and we've offered them 3 sessions to come in. And as I say, try to upskill them, try to learn, I guess, how we want to play our cricket, what we're going to do, how we're going to stamp our authority on things when we get the opportunity to do so. But bond us as a group, because any team that's going to be successful needs to bond. So to have the opportunity to do that here is great. And
mixing with the lads who won the European Championship last year, obviously that's a great help for them all, because those lads know each other very well already, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think more so the guys that have come in. It seems a good environment, I'd like to think, for people to walk in and feel pretty warm in quite quickly. And that's something I've noticed in the first 2 sessions, certainly session 1. And today, again, there's 3 or 4 new guys that haven't been in, quite quickly getting to know each other a little bit better. And you're going to, as I say, you're going to need that. And we need to form a bond and a team, as opposed to just a group of individuals put together. That's never going to work in a million years. So.
And don't want to put you on the spot, but I will anyway. The first 2 sessions you've had so far, is there anyone who you maybe didn't know as well as you know one or two of the other lads who's just stood out and thought, well,
not really, and because you put me on the spot, I'm not going to say it, but but no, not really. Everyone's as we expect them to be. We're building this patience. It's not going to happen overnight, and I am personally am very fortunate, and the boys in the first instance are very fortunate to have an opportunity to do this. And the scouting team we put together across the country of all the other head coaches, that needs still to improve, and we need to still make sure that we're getting the right people in the room. But yeah, from what I've seen so far, it looks like a good group, a hungry group, a group that have had experience at the level somewhere in their upbringing, whether that be even at Bunbury or Super Fours level or through to academy or through to actual having contracts. They've all at one point been at the level required by the people that decide it. And for one reason or another, it hasn't quite happened, and they've slipped back into national counties cricket where they've got time maybe to readjust their games, work out a little bit more, play some really competitive, good standard cricket, and potentially to come again. I guess that's the big question. Can that happen? Are we able to do that? Are they able to do that? And that's our job and their job.
Absolutely. One final question. It's been announced yesterday on European Cricket that we've got this T10 tournament happening at Wimbledon on week commencing 27th of May. You guys are going to have a side there, taking the European Championship winning side, or at least some of that squad there. How excited are you to bring that T10 into the country?
Difficult to say. Excited for the T10 to come over, and I'm sure the guys from the ECC will be pleased to get over here. But yeah, it's news to me. I found out quite late last night. It was on the broadcast of they're playing the
European Champion. It's the
Champions League, ECL they're playing at the moment, aren't they? Which I've watched a little bit of. Obviously, I love watching it. It's great stuff. So they announced it on the show last night. So I don't know too much about it, but apparently we're going in on the last day, and don't know when the actual time of it is. But if it's close to or close enough to be going to out to Spain, then it'll be good for us as a sort of taster before we get out there from a squad selection point of view and building point of view.
It'll be another training day if needs be.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Tom.
No worries. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Oh, such a clutch off-season pickup, Dave.
I was worried we'd bring back the same team.
I meant those blackout motorized shades.
Blinds.com made it crazy affordable to replace our old blinds.
Hard to install?
No, it's easy. I installed these and then got some for my mom. She talked to a design consultant for free and scheduled a professional measure and install.
Hall of Fame son.
They're the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings in the world.
Blinds.com is the GOAT.
Shop Blinds.com's primetime kickoff event. Save up to 50% off select styles, plus doorbusters. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. You might say all kinds of stuff when things go wrong, but these are the words you really need to remember. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. They've got options to fit your unique insurance needs, meaning you can talk to your agent to choose the coverage you need. Have coverage options to protect the things you value most. File a claim right on the State Farm mobile app and even reach a real person when you need to talk to someone. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're with our friend Matthew Siddall, otherwise known as Sid, here at Loughborough's house. Performance day gone?
Good, really good. Good to get back involved with the lads and see everyone and going through the yards again and just practicing with the higher end of the players in the minor county setup. And it's good to, like I said before, good to see everyone again.
And how's that ball coming out of the hand?
Good, getting there. Hopefully where I want it to be in the next coming weeks with the first game of the season on the horizon. So
yeah, not long off now, and you've moved clubs over the winter now. You're down at Fleetwood.
I have, yeah. So I've moved, taken the decision to move back home. Obviously, you know my situation. I was playing 2 hours away from home, and I was doing that for 2 years to class myself as Cumbria, and it was a big commitment. Obviously, wife's a bit older now, saving for a house and whatnot. So I think it was a bit too much of a commitment to do it for a third year. So from a selfish point of view, I've decided to play back home, which is in Fleetwood, in which they play in the Northern League. So against my old club Blackpool, which will be a good test. But yeah,
that's the big derby, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good league, the Northern League, anyway. You've got some great clubs you're going to be playing against, but then from an NCCA perspective, you haven't told me, but where are you going to be playing this year?
So the plan is to always stay with Cumbria.
Great.
Obviously, I know with the specific rules that the NCCA have in place, whether you've got like your homegrown players, your outsiders, a pro and things, obviously that's part and parcel of the rules. I know it's going to be hard to play all three formats. Not sure if Cumbria see me as more of a red ball bowler, white ball bowler or whatnot. That's for them to decide, but it's just one of them. It's just part and parcel of the rules, I guess. But I've just got to show my skills and what I do here and at club on a Saturdays to see the results I get and go from there. So
get noticed, isn't it? It's the usual story.
Exactly.
Get noticed, people pick you up and
put yourself in the shop window as much as you can, and then you never know what can happen.
Definitely, and obviously, we know each other from last year in the European Championship, and you had a phenomenal European Championship, didn't you? Really enjoyed it out in Carrington.
Yeah, it's the first. I was saying to Haddo and a few of the lads before, it's the first time I've seen them in 6 months, and finally got my hands on my winner's medal, which today, which was good, which brought back memories. Like when we were warming up before, I was chatting to Lynx, Lambo, Hindley, just like the stories and reminiscing about it. It was just absolutely fantastic. I just hope, obviously, I put the performances in this year and we go again, and hopefully I can stay for the full tournament this year.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Sids was out there for the group games. Phenomenal set of group games, including I think it's never been matched, a 10th over triple wicket maiden versus Malta, I think it was. Yeah. But then you got ill and had to bugger off home.
Yeah, I know. There was a few of us in our squads that got ill. I was unfortunately the one that got it the worst. I know Toby Greatwood was ill. He ended up in, the last I saw of him, he was on a drip in hospital and he was playing the final, so he got sorted out quickly. But yeah, I was speaking to Hindley and he was saying, you look a lot better than last time I saw you. Yeah, I wasn't in a good way. I don't know if it was the food or anything, I have no idea, but just take extra precaution if we go back this year. But it was what an experience. It's something completely different. You're playing a format you've never played before, and you probably will never play before again, unless you go to the same tournament. It's just an unreal experience.
And in terms of the standards you saw out there, did it surprise you?
It did surprise me because obviously, with all due respect, you've got kind of the weaker nations you wouldn't think will be as good as others. Obviously, speaking with respect there, no disrespect to any of the other nations, but they were better than us in specific roles. So, for example, you had the Netherlands, who any balls back of a length, it just went miles. Yeah. They're all Tait ball players, so it's like they might come over here and they might not have ever played a 3-day game. But we're going over there, we're playing their format, so it's completely different. That was why it was a challenge. Lambo and Lynx, we spoke really in detail and in depth about specific plans for specific batsmen and the right matchups, whether it be left hand, right hand, even to the extent of if it's a batsman above 6 foot or lower down, and just getting the right matchups and working the little 1%ers, because that's what it is. In T10 cricket, you could be cruising, and then in the space of 2 balls...
You've got Boom Boom Basil from Malta hitting Age the jungle.
Exactly, yeah. So in the space of even a couple of balls in T10, you're up against it. But
it's something that you think would work in this country?
Good question. I think it can. I think with the right backing, obviously you never know what could happen. Obviously, look at the 100. But similar questions were asked before that kicked off. Yeah. Obviously, it is a very, very short format of the game and things like that. But I think with the right backing, and if people take it on board and really invest into the idea of it, I think it definitely got potential. Yeah.
So obviously we've got the NCCA going to put a team out in the T10 at the end of May down at Wimbledon. You'd love to be part of that, I'm sure.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yeah, like just the excitement of it and the build up and just the analysis that goes into it. It's where you want to be. It's what you dream of, really, being in that environment, or with it being televised and things like that. Yeah. And the pressure of it and just every the scenario and different situations you're going to be in.
The being televised, I love. I think Logue's told us there's 40 million in India watch the final.
Yeah, I know. We said when we had a couple of meetings before, and they were talking about the viewers and things like that, and it's like, wow, it doesn't seem real. So it goes so quick. Because obviously I know my stay over there was cut short, unfortunately. But when you came back, it's literally like, it seems like in the blink of an eye, I got a phone call from Lambo saying I've been picked, and then just like that, you're back home. Watching.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely.
It just goes so quick, but
quickly looking forward to this season with Fleetwood in the Northern League. What are your hopes there? Do you reckon?
So I think this year we've got a good squad, and I think we'll compete. I'll be happy with top 3, being realistic. We've got a great group, good age of group players, but I think they've signed a good number of players this year. I think we've brought in about 4 or 5. So it's going to be complete. I wouldn't say it's a rebuild year, but I think it's going to take adjustment to get all the lads together and work out how people are and whatnot. I guess obviously that's what's pre-season for, but there's only so much training you can do without it being a match situation. But no, I think I was chatting to Ed Moulton, who plays at Chorley, before about it. I think we'll compete. I think we'll definitely be in the top 3-4, but it's Northern League. I was saying to Ed as well, anyone can beat anyone in that league, and it is a good league to be a part of.
It's as strong a league as you get in the country, practically, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very competitive.
Definitely. Thanks for joining us today, Matt.
No, thank you.
Cheers.
Good to see you again.
Right, we're here with Eddie Burke. Eddie, you're the head of performance over at Lincolnshire. How's it been today?
It's been good. It's been good for the first time for me to see what's going on and think about where my players are at in consideration to this environment as well. But as an environment for players to springboard back into the game or to try and push themselves into a different level, I think it's been fantastic.
What have you been looking at in particular today? The batters, the bowlers, a bit of everything?
I've been helping out across the board, yeah. There's been match play scenarios which we've been doing some scoring against. So actually as a coach observing both bat and ball's been equal measures today.
Yeah, it's been competitive down there in the match scenarios, hasn't it?
Yeah, very much. And I think that's what they're designed for, especially at this time of the year. From lads having probably quite a heavy technical winter, getting more scenario based before going into pre-season. So yeah, you can expect that kind of practice design at this time of year.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel it's ramping up with the guys now, can't you? As we're sort of 4 weeks away from some seasons, depending on where they are in the country.
Yeah, definitely. And again, that kind of skill development down there, the scenarios for the tactical awareness is exactly what you want to see. But the competitive juices, I keep pointing that way because that's what they are. But the competitive juices are flowing down there, and that's what you want to see.
Definitely. What are you looking for with Lincolnshire this year? What are you looking forward to with Lincolnshire Group?
Well, I think as ever, you go into things to win things, whether it be the T20, the 1 day or the 3 day competition. My job is to develop players and move players on. So if I'm doing that from our junior age groups up into senior cricket and from our senior levels into highlighting and showcasing their talent to first-class counties, then I'm doing my role, really.
Definitely.
I can create the environments for them, but again, they've got to go on and make the most of those chances and opportunities, really.
Definitely. In comparison to some of the, shall we say, more densely populated counties around the country, Lincolnshire's spread out all over for you, isn't it?
Massive, isn't it?
It's a big one. Is that a challenge in trying to make sure that you've got that pathway working all across the county? It's
got its logistical challenges, got its road network challenges. It's got a small, for such a vast area, it's got a small population compared to its size, and the amount of cricket clubs again is not as vast as like a county that's only a bit bigger within Yorkshire, etc. So yeah, it's got some challenges, but if you get the right people in place and we're utilising the right facilities and we're identifying the talent that we need to identify early on, we've got time to work with it and nurture with it, and hopefully move talent onto different first-class environments. Really, so that's our role.
And if anyone was looking out to look at Lincolnshire in the NCCA this year, is there any players that you've seen come through the pathway that they should look out for, names in particular?
Yeah, there is, all of them.
Great answer.
I don't really think it's fair to sort of pinpoint any, because we have changes most years.
Yeah.
People come into the system, people come out of the system. So I'll be interested to see how they all get on, really. I don't see it as any individuals that are. I think we're quite a level playing field within what we've got. So fingers crossed they'll all perform.
And you got your showcase game?
Got a showcase game. We've got Notts this year. Previously we had Durham and then Derbyshire last year. Really, really good occasions. Again, it's another opportunity.
Where's that at this year?
That's at Lincoln Linden. So it's a great opportunity for the players themselves to showcase their skills against first-class opposition. Hopefully there'll be a few, bums on seats watching, etc. So the occasion's great. The opposition is obviously as strong as what they can put out against us. So it's another opportunity for those guys to enjoy and see how they progress.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Eddie. Great to see you here with the NCCA guys today.
Thank you.
Cheers now. So we're here with George Tait from Oxfordshire at the NCCA Performance Group. How's it been today, mate?
Yeah, it's been really good. This is the second one we've done this winter, and the sessions are really competitive. We're all getting a lot out of it, so it's really enjoyable.
And part of that group of 27, 28 players, it's quite a privilege to be part of even that group, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, especially at 22, and having only played national counties cricket consistently for 2.5 years, it is a real privilege. And all of these guys, they're all pushing professional cricket. So to be a part of that is really, really enjoyable.
So if you were going to take anything away from them in particular, what have you picked up over the last couple of sessions?
One of the main focuses Lambo's had that I've really resonated with is being an intelligent cricketer, particularly from a batting perspective, about trying to do basically as much work as you can before the ball's even bowled, about figuring out where's the ball likely to be bowled, what pace, what's based on the field set, the conditions of the wicket and the dimensions of the ground, and how can I basically plan my batting strategy around that, and then obviously reversing that process for bowling. I think that's been a massive thing about how that's how pros go about the game, and if we want to compete with those and beat those guys, that's how we've got to do it.
And clearly you're playing for the NCCA guys, and Oxfordshire have been a strong county the last few years. You can compete with those big counties, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. As a combined team, absolutely, especially now with a lot of guys playing second 11 cricket or playing against first class guys elsewhere for their universities or whatever it is. When we come together, I absolutely feel like we've got a team that could compete in the Blast, in the Royal London. I think county championships potentially a different story in terms of having people away for 4 days, the squad looks different. But certainly the white ball formats, I think we've got.
I haven't been around cricket, obviously, all your life, but you say you're still quite young. You really see that level picking up all the time now.
In terms of my own cricket?
In terms of the quality that you're seeing here?
Yeah. I mean, even when I joined the NCCA stuff 4 years ago, it was seen as like the best amateur cricket you could play. It was seen as a clubman's game, whereas now it's turning into another route into professional cricket and almost being like a semi-pro type style thing. And I think that really shows in the way the games are being played, but also in the way we're training in this stuff here. It really shows. It's definitely a pick-up in standard.
Yeah, because obviously club cricketers don't get to train in the ECB Performance Centre.
No, exactly. And we don't get to train with the ambition of going against the best in the game either.
Definitely. Looking forward to the season ahead. What are your thoughts and hopes with Oxfordshire?
Well, we had a chance, I think, in 2022 to win all three, to do the three-peat, and we've missed out in our own fault. I think we've lost a couple of players from that squad, but we've also made a couple of really good signings that could get us close to that again. So I'd really like for us to do that. For me, the massive one is the 3-day comp. I think that's the pinnacle of NCCA cricket, and me personally, it's my favourite format. So to have a win in that again, like we did in. It was 2021 that we won the red ball. To do that again, I think would be special.
So you prefer to bat long than bat short?
Yes, absolutely. I think it's growing up being quite a small guy and not being able to clear the ropes pretty consistently. It's my preferred format to sort of dig in for 3 hours.
It was noticeable you were doing extra with Lambert just before lunch.
Yeah. I thought, I mean, if I'm going to have any chance of playing that T20 team, I want to go in and do well. So. And
yourself at Oxford this year, what thoughts there?
We're looking to get promoted. I think we were all gutted as a team to get relegated in 2022. And in the circumstances as well, having not won a game, the one game we came really close to winning, we ended up tying. And then last year in the feeder again, not having as successful a season as we'd like, we've definitely got the players that can do it. It's just about actually performing week in, week out. So getting promoted and coming back into Prem 1 in 2025, it will be seen as a really strong club. That's the ambition there.
We've asked everyone today, the excitement around the T10 coming to the UK in the end of May. European cricket is going to be down at Wimbledon. Would you like to play for the NCCA down there and represent the NCCA? They are the champions at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I think I was close to going in October of last year. I was gutted to miss out, but I understood the decision. It was probably the right thing in hindsight. But I'd still love to do that. Yeah, I think that stuff's wicked. The trial day we had for it up here was really, really fun, and the whole thing just looks pretty cool. So I'd love to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Great to see you, George. Cheers. And if we don't see you beforehand, hopefully we'll see you at Wimbledon.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. That would be wicked. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, then.
Thank you very much.
So here with James Kettleborough at Loughborough, the ECB Performance Centre. It's a privilege to train here, isn't it, James?
Absolutely, yeah. I've been here quite a bit over the years, but yeah, like I say, fantastic facility and something we're very fortunate to have the access to.
Most definitely. And how's it gone today with the performance group with the NCCA?
Yeah, very, very well. Something we spoke about at the start of our training sessions. We want to have a real high intensity, sort of create some high pressure scenarios and whatnot, and train at the level that we feel we need to. And we're certainly doing that. And today was no different. And yeah, just a really good session. A lot of thought-provoking exercises and whatnot, and gets you thinking a bit more about the game and the tactical side of it. And yeah, all in all, really good day.
And competitive when you get to play teams against each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I say, because of the facility we've got here, we've got the ability to play sort of a mini game or whatever, and it works well. Gets the competitive juices flowing, creates that little bit of pressure, tries to create a little bit of nerves if it can, try and replicate a game scenario. So yeah, it's good to try and train at a level that's as close to a match scenario as you can get.
We've got to ask, did you let Lynx off the hook there by getting a tie in that game?
It went back and forth. I thought they were going to stroll it at one point, and then our bowlers bowled really nicely and bowled down to a very close finish, and tie's probably quite fitting.
Definitely. Hey, looking forward to the season. You got Staffordshire, had a fabulous year last year winning the T20. Is that your number one target this year, or are you looking elsewhere as well?
I think naturally all sides this time of year will be looking at all three formats. Obviously the T20 competition is first up, and that is a priority for us. And it is there is pressure on defending the title, but we see that as a bit of a privilege, something that we've worked hard for. So yeah, we're looking forward to that challenge. But we're by no means ruling out the 50 over and the 3-day competition. For me, the 3-day competition is the standout competition of the summer. We'd really like to do that, to do well in that. And the 50 over, we've really got a point to prove. We were pretty disappointing in that last year, and that's one area we're really looking to improve on. So this time of the year, yeah, we're certainly not ruling out any of the formats.
Yeah, did you feel as though Staffordshire just didn't take that T20 form into the 50 over?
I think so, yeah. We've had quite a few in-depth discussions about sort of reviewing the 50 over competition. Obviously we had the buzz of finals day and winning that, and then 6-7 days later we're straight into the 50 over competition, and we didn't probably switch over formats quite quick enough. We didn't play anywhere near our best against Wales in our first game, but we worked hard to get a result there. And then we're just a bit careless in that competition. Maybe just didn't adjust to the different format quick enough. But it's something we've spoken about quite in depth over this winter, and something we want to put right this summer.
And how's that staff squad looking for the summer going forward? Many changes, or will we recognise most of the faces?
Yeah, probably recognise a lot of the faces. Couple of young lads coming through who, it's really important that we have pressure on first team players, so it gives us a bit more depth in the squad. But all in all, it'll be a pretty similar group. I think it's really important, so we're having the same sort of conversations, drilling the same sort of points forward, and it gives the players that continuity, a bit more confidence that they're part of a squad, a bigger picture, not just in and out here and there.
Yeah.
Very much a similar group with a couple of young lads coming in.
And turning to Premier League cricket, you've made some definite signings to Checkley this year.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've been very active over the winter months.
Most active in the league?
Not sure about that. I don't know. There's a couple of sides that have come up have made some big signings as well. There's been some big signings in the league. In terms of number of signings we've made, we have made 3 or 4 really welcoming signings, which we're really excited about. We've had some players leave as well. So we're quite a changed side. But really excited to get stuck in. I think it's going to be a really competitive league, and there's no reason why we can't be there or thereabouts.
And did you have that form to sign for Niels on T20 finals day ready to go last year after that performance?
There might have been a couple of quiet conversations between...
Just a couple?
Yeah, between a few of us, but no, we had to wait to get all the formalities done later on in the season. But
you're right, the league looks really strong this year with some of the signings. Who's going to be the main competitors there against, you think?
You can never rule out Port Hill. They're always a strong side. They know how to win games of cricket when they probably shouldn't win them. They're a very good side like that. Hemheath obviously won it last year. They're a very strong side, and there's no reason why they won't be strong again. Modelshaw have been up there. They're always up there. Again, they've made 1 or 2 additions to their squad, so they'll be decent. And the 2 sides that have come up in Meakins and Burslem, they've made a couple of signings each. And
Meakins have definitely.
Yeah, and there's no reason why they can't be there or thereabouts. We'd also, like the 3 years I've been involved at Checkley, we've always been in the top 4, and that's where we want to be again, competing for the title. And so hopefully we can put ourselves in the mix again.
Turning back to Staffordshire, you'll obviously have, I'm sure, a game at Checkley for Staffordshire. It must be great to play at your home ground.
Yeah, we've got Bedfordshire in our first 3 day at Checkley, so it'll be a nice occasion, that nice 3 days playing at my home club against my original home county. It would be a really tough fixture. I suppose there is a little bit of that added pressure of playing at your home ground. You always want to do well. But it'll also be a really nice 3 days, which I'm looking forward to.
Definitely, I look forward to coming over and seeing that game. Thanks for your time, James, and all the best for the season ahead.
No problem, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Right, Alex Gosling from Hertfordshire and Harpenden Cricket Club.
Yes.
Welcome to the NCCA Performance Group. How's it been?
Good experience. I think it's good to see the lads before the season. Meet a few new lads as well that I've not played any cricket with before, but then also some familiar faces. So it's been nice. It's been good to catch up with them. And obviously, good to play at facilities like.
What's the challenge been like?
Well, obviously, the cricketers here very good standards. So it's just about reaching them, finding what works for me, and finding ways I can attack bowlers and attack batters and just try and take them down and find my way around them.
You were literally trying to take them down when you were running there, weren't you?
Yeah, it's fun bowling quick, isn't it? It's just that's the aim of the game. Just try and bowl as quick as I can, and if it pays off for me, then it pays off. But
and for those who are listening to the podcast and might not know who Alex Gosling is, tell them about you as a cricketer.
I'm a left-arm seam bowler at Harpenden. I'm 19 years old, and I try and bowl as quick as I can.
And he's one of the youngest people here at the group, which is obviously a privilege because there's a real mix of ages from all over the country here.
Yeah.
The guys have welcomed you in, obviously.
Yeah, it's been really good. I think a couple of the lads, they all went to the tour in Spain this year. Couldn't make that. Been nice. All of the older lads as well been really welcoming, and to tap into their knowledge of the pro game as well has been really good, and a good experience.
And if you had to take something away from today in particular, what would it be?
I think over lunchtime I had a couple of minutes with our bowling coach, and it was just some tactical and technical things that I need to work on within my action. Just stuff that's going to help me throughout the season and further on in my career, hopefully, which is promising. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're still young, as you say. Still got a long career ahead, as long as you want, obviously.
Well, yes, of course, got years on me, so I've got a few more years than Links and
definitely.
But,
I mean, we won't go into what we actually saw down there when you're doing some of the trade, but some very different things the coaches were doing to work on that action. I'm sure you've not done it before.
Well, yeah, it's all kind of new to me. So taking a few years out from cricket in an age where you kind of hit your growth spurt and get taller, things happen within your action, and there's stuff, just little things that need tweaking, just staying upright and staying tall when I bowl, just stuff to help me stay tall, and it's just good to tap into the knowledge.
And physically, could you feel the difference doing that?
Well, yeah, it was noticeable straight away, but it's just about now taking that away to county training, to club training, and just trying to work on that and improve overall.
And what's your thoughts on the season ahead for Hertfordshire?
Very good team, so I think we're always looking to be there or thereabouts, looking to get to finals days of all the competitions, and then just have a solid 3-day competition. I know we did all right this year. I think the team we've got, we can be pushing finals day and hopefully winning some silverware this year.
So that's the 3-day game in particular, or the white ball?
The white ball stuff. I think the white ball for me is where I'm focusing on with Hearts at the minute. But obviously, I do love a 4-day game or 3-day game with Hearts. Yeah.
And yourself at Harpenden?
At Harpenden, yeah, it's very strong side this year. I was talking to you earlier, we've got 3 or 4 lads that are in Hearts, so and everyone else is good enough to be there, but that's Prem cricket. Nowadays it's just getting stronger and stronger, and lads, some young lads coming in as well, so it's it's an exciting place to be at Harpenden, and we'll definitely be looking to win the league.
So you think you can take Potter's Bar down this year?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we like a prediction. We definitely like a prediction. And going back to the NCCA stuff though as well, the T10's coming to Wimbledon at the end of May. NCCA are going to be representing there on the Friday on finals day. How excited are you to potentially get into that squad?
Well, it's good just to be around the lads, and even with, it's just experience, isn't it? If there's bowlers here that are going to get picked, I might be one of them. It's just about gaining experience and getting out stuff that I need, like that's going to be beneficial to me, and gaining experience that's going to help me down the line.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Thanks for your time today, Alex.
Thanks very much.
Great to chat with you, and look forward to following you through the season.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Cheers now.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to the Premier League Cricket Show. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future episodes and stay updated on all the latest news, views and discussions from around the Cricket's Premier Leagues. And be sure to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram at TPL Cricket Show on both. Join the conversation, share your thoughts and connect with us and your fellow Premier League cricket fans. And hey, if you enjoyed the show, why not show us some love? Leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast platform, as it helps other potential listeners to find us when they're searching for cricketing podcasts. Thanks again for being part of the Premier League Cricket Show family, and until next time, have a good one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.